more radio the emotion. More radio the emotion is former president Nana Dankwa. And Nana Dankwa Kufuado. I call Eko Chia president and vice president Nana Adodankwa Kufuado. No, sorry, you know who said the day ewo nipadimu. I say well, no, Ghana for dear. Okay, what's it? I'm too. I'm too. Maybe I would. Mamma didn't say so. I'm now to tell me, Mamma, Namuti, yeah, men are shot in America. And I've sort of now, on what now former president, dear work for someone himself, no wheelchair in tea, and said John Dramani Mahama, president, and so see from. Now, Obecha, former president, dear Wokufo, because wheelchair, yes, I just on Pega. Now, Omodia Kodis, as an African way, come on. Yeah, well, no wheelchair on one that you had here. Electric. And Wochia Quatsna, baby, I demand no, a ho. Now, former presidents, Womina HHia, a president elect. We just have two former presidents, Ghana. Now, President John Dramani Mahama wano eden inaugural speech edia abewie emane nipa to nsafre no a special guest Nigeria mampanyini Ahmed Tinubu wano so aba eden speech na speech no ensemo a waburo so nyina no ye bekeka bi ama motie bi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had very kind words for the former president Nana Adodankwa Kufuado. In fact, and some more kafan to say, "Oh my anam for Fuache was what we know parliament. I fear my uncle near Yokono Insia. Na bro, parliament to say, Nanado, Nitia Kwabu, no, do parliament. Anyone also done to here to name the other so. I have it Kwabu. Yeah, and they were the president. Now, or has said, yeah, or anam for fancy or parliament now. Or no kwana na do nkwana to me frɛ ono John Dramani Mahama John wa friend John is as highlighted and then ebesim le enti wo mo ye namfofo na enye no wanwa said ya no mo ye adwuma parliament say wo me no obi adina afa na afa na so mo nyina atumi aba be yo mempanyin na de ani ka wo me say ebra na Nana Dankwa Kufuado ewi ni Ghana abendwa no anase abato no that was in 2016 no president no abe former or hand over Edema Nado. Strangely, or no so abe hand over back to Ono John Dramani Mahama. Indeed, history apostle the NTA speaker. You better also.
Distinguished dignitaries, the heads of states and presidents from various countries, to come to congratulate.
The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Members of Parliament, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Ghana, and special guest of honor for this occasion, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Heads of Government and Development Agencies, Your Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, and former Presidents, Your Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, I wish you a good morning, and we give thanks to the Almighty God on this occasion. Our Father who art in heaven, we thank you for giving us this day, a day that offers me, your humble servant, a unique opportunity to work to reset our dear country, Ghana. 32 years ago, on January 7th, Ghana made its first and most successful democratic transition, a handshake and a smile. And he is perhaps the only person in my life who has persistently chosen to call me Johnny. While we belong to we shared a sense of mutual respect. In those early days will be our final meeting under these circumstances. And as I look back on the journey we have traveled together, two much younger men who entered Parliament together with a full head of black hair, and you with the same bald head and round eyeglasses, I have to say that you have, without exception, been a worthy opponent. I extend my warmest wishes to His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. It was a grueling campaign, and we gave it our all. Your sportsmanship in making an early concession eased tensions and contributed to the early conclusion of the electoral contest. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. My brothers and sisters, the world in which Ghana exists today, as I begin this presidency, is not the same world in which we have lived under other presidencies. There are tensions and conflicts that have not previously existed between nations. These tensions and conflicts place pressure on alliances to decide where we will support. There's a seismic shift happening within the system of global economic dominance. Whereas the G7 nations, United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan once provided the highest percentage of the world's GDP, over the last decade, that number has been steadily dropping. However, the combined total of the GDP of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, their GDP has been consistently increasing. In 2023, for instance, the G7's combined total of world GDP was 30%. But by 2029, that number is predicted to drop to 27%. In 2023, the BRICS percentage of world GDP was 37.3%. And so what does this mean to us in Ghana? What could it mean to our economy? Where do we fit in this geopolitical maelstrom? Technology such as artificial intelligence has taken us to new heights, opening up the potential for national, financial, and personal security issues that we are not yet able to imagine. One example is the use of misinformation and algorithm manipulations on social media platforms to sway a particular group's sentiments towards or away from something. Now more than ever before, we need to strengthen our ties with our neighbors to ensure that we're working together to keep our sub-region safe. We stand in solidarity and work in alliance with all our neighbors in the sub-region. Recognizing the history of our borders, we also acknowledge that on the other side of our country's borders are our family members. They may be Ivorians, they may be Togolese, they may be Burkinabes, they may be Nigerians or Malians, but they are also Akans, they are Kasinas, they are Gwans, they are Ewes, they are Nzemes, they are Hauses, they are Moshis and Gurmes, because we are all part of one another, one big family. With the increase of the climate crisis, and as the waters grow warmer, melting, the Arctic ice and permafrost, there's a greater likelihood for viruses that have been frozen and thought to be extinct for decades, perhaps even centuries, to begin to spread and create another global pandemic. The changing climate conditions increased population density in urban areas, and mass international travel are enabling existing viruses to spread and mutate at a faster and faster rate than they did before. This is a serious challenge. Let us not forget the toll that the past epidemics of viruses like Ebola, COVID, and Mpox have taken on the families and communities and medical infrastructure in several of our neighboring countries and in the sub-region. Let us also not forget how swiftly and completely the COVID pandemic brought the entire world to a screeching halt. My government will be working diligently to strengthen our public health systems while monitoring the global health situation so that when, and not if, but when the next pandemic or epidemic occurs, the loss of lives in Ghana will be minimal. The larger world exists around us and to some extent within us. While we cannot and should never use it as an excuse to stray from the direct and immediate needs of Ghana for the well-being of our citizens, we must also bear in mind that the affairs of the world, if we care to shape, lessen, avoid, or even at the other end of things, maximize the effect they have on us. My brothers and sisters, barely a month ago, we held historic elections that have caused dramatic shifts in our political landscape. I feel greatly honored that you, my compatriots, considered me worthy of receiving such an unprecedented and overwhelming mandate to steer the affairs of our beloved nation at this critical time in our history.